first poem is an ode, which we had to choose to write about a body part, and I chose my kidneys, and you'll find out why. Ode to my kidneys. My whole life, you had me believing I was healthy, didn't you, kidneys? Well, you didn't fool the doctors on that frigid Super Bowl night after they rolled me on a gurney and sped me to South Point. Thanks a lot, right kidney, you geologist, for producing a bullhorn-shaped stone just big enough to rip apart that sides mine tunnel of liquid gold. There was nothing like being bedridden while others were being sled-ridden during that Valentine's Day blizzard. That's okay, though. I learned the art of slurping chicken broth while squirming in bed from the dagger twisting in my side. I also became good friends with a bedpan that hoped that one day it would catch your stone treasures, and an enema that had a different ambitious dream. If it weren't for your visit to John Carroll that winter, you would have never told me that that was you I encountered after the swim meet in high school. Oh, did you take me by surprise? Now I understand why you hugged me so tightly around the waist in the car ride home, and that it was your first of many rocky gifts you were giving me, which I had to discard in the toilet at my carpool's house. Sorry for being so rude, left kidney. To make it up to you both, I was popping vitamins, mornings and nights, from smelly bees to horse-sized calcium citrate. My filled plastic days of the week case raised eyebrows and questions. Aren't you a little too young for that? I blocked off your enemies, the iced tea, the dairy, and your worst, the sodium. Who would have thought it was hiding in such mass quantities of most food? I brought in enforcements, too. A strict 2 full-to-the-brim cups of water, no ice, at every meal I could not eat anyway. Even with me doing all that I could to keep your bean-sized kingdoms afloat, I felt you stinging me under chlorinated Blue Streak water. I'd knead my back with my thumb just to smooth your attitude. And as if ending my relationship with college swimming wasn't enough, you wouldn't let me have my favorite peppermint mocha at Starbucks or cranberry vodka with my friends, without the pinching and pricking while I piss. Ah, kidneys, your stones have been such a blast. Okay, and this one, everyone wanted me to read this. It's an imitation poem of the poet Sharon Olds, who writes about situations in a disturbing way. Some more information that's needed. It's titled My Parents' Escalade. I wanted to surprise visit my parents when I came home from college, make my grand entrance with my Adidas bag in the doorway, but no one was home. I grabbed the can of honey roasted peanuts and collapsed onto the sofa. There on the end table was my mother's camera, and I remembered our neighbor's wedding my parents attended last weekend. So I flipped on. The LCD showed the bride processing down the aisle. I pushed back, expecting to see the groom waiting by the altar, hands crossed over one another. The screen jumped to the last picture, and I got an honest display of thighs, cheeks, and glistening curves. My stomach climbed up my esophagus, but my mind was in disbelief. I clicked back, again and again, into a stream of undeniable photos of hilly silhouettes smashed together in front of the glowing fireplace. 10-second timer from the couch. A lacy apron separating sticky skin against the kitchen hardwood floor. Refrigerator door opened. A candy Ruddy Whip. A sugary smiley face on a beer belly. A sugar-coated tongue strolling down a happy trail. Chrome rainfall shower head. Wet graying hair clinging close to crow's feet. Toes twisted up in coral sheets. Fingertips clenching the edge of the clean. Triangular sweat spot on pure beach sateen. Leather seats reclined in the Escalade. Electricity scattered across the dashboard. Finally, the familiar faces, smiling. They must be laughing. And then, just married, on the back window of a red sports car driving away from the church. I slid the switch to off on Mom's Olympus E30 and set it back down next to the sofa. I grabbed my bag and started my car for the 2-hour drive back home to school. All right, and just because it's going to be on YouTube, and my parents know how to use YouTube, I have to say that's not true. So that they don't kill me.